Well,
and like all pieces of technology.
So we are back, and what we did was we did some CrossFit while we were waiting. I did a few burpees, and I did some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu while waiing for...
Look at Charisma. She says, bring on the memes.
So you basically didn't have to sit through any more of our garbage about the news. We're gonna do speed round here. Sorry, we are at technical difficulties. We'll figure it out. Tomorrow night, we cannot miss so that y'all can see the stream. Tomorrow night, it's going to be huge.
It's going to be amazing.
The gun. So just to wrap up, the gun violence, the mass shooting town halls tomorrow night, Hardburger Park Ecology Center, 6 to 8 p.m. Show up and represent. At least be there to tell people what you think. And if you think we should have more gun control, show up and say it.
Sad to say that in a lot of topics, in a lot of areas, a lot of people want to get involved when it's too late. Oh, man, why did they do that?
All day long.
Why did that happen? Well, now is the time. And we want people to get involved. And also, a lot of people are going to say, it's because I just don't know about that topic. Well, this is an amazing opportunity for them to find out.
You can get there now and tomorrow night have a conversation and tell people what you think. And there will be elected officials there, policymakers. And the other thing is, too, as we were talking earlier with the Rethink guys, if you don't show up, then people are going to do whatever the heck they think. You got to remember, city council members are elected by like 11 or 12% of the community, right? So... the actual voice of the people's not being heard. That's all who's voting, right? 10%, 11%. So the other 85 to 90% of the people that aren't voting, that aren't engaging. So then you have city council members think, I represent the entire city of San Antonio. No, you don't. Right? So to hear the voice and to be able to show up and come out there and say what you think. At the end of the day, get in front of somebody and say, hey, man, I think we should have more regulation or less regulation. I think you're crazy and we got to do it this way. Whatever you want to say.
And you know what? Also, Greg, something else is sometimes going to hear the other side. Because sometimes I think all of us are guilty of that, that we're not willing or ready to hear the other side. This is what I believe, this is what I know, but maybe there's some truth in the other side or some adjustment to your truth or your ideas.
Yeah, and don't forget, in today's world, it just seems like you can't disagree with anybody, right? Because at that point, disagreement, and we've said this 100 times, disagreement is discrimination in today's world now. So I may disagree with you, so my easiest answer, because you don't believe what I believe, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're this, you hate this, you hate immigrants. It's just one thing after the other. The dialogue isn't, man, I think you're wrong. You go back and forth and you have it out. The dialogue now is you're straight up, you're wrong, you're disgusting, and they try to vilify you personally because maybe you don't believe what they believe or you don't want to engage.
You know what I do sometimes when people are like, they want to argue or debate and they're emotionally compromised? Right in the middle, I say, hey, you know what? You're right. They don't know what to do with that. They're like, hey, you know what? You're right. The
best debate tactic. Agree.
And they're like, they don't know what to do with that.
What are you talking about? We're supposed to not like each other.
That's not the purpose. We're supposed to be fighting.
We're supposed to be fighting. I love my anger. I can't agree with you. I live to make sure I can continually trash you. My pain is what I'm focusing on here.
I don't know if I read this wrong. Trey Buck says, don't put any stickers on your car for anyone. It's true.
Yeah, don't put stickers on your car. Whether I don't care if it's Beto or Trump or some MAGA sticker or whatever. Your car, something's going to happen to you.
Oh my goodness.
Right? You may get run off the road in today's world, man. Road rage.
What's a safe sticker of which politician?
Ooh. Crickets. There's nobody, man.
Tulsi?
There's nobody.
Nah, Tulsi, no.
You can't put any Tulsi Gabbard.
No, I'm joking.
They have to be a politician nobody knows.
Exactly.
Right? So you can't put
Hillary.
No, you can't.
No, sorry.
There's nobody.
No.
You can't put your faith sticker on there. You got to be careful in today's world, right?
Hey, because you can't believe everything you read. Was this true about the Castro comment? Is it true that somebody put out there, was it R15 special, and they ran out in 4 hours?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't have any pictures. We aren't going to be able to do any.
Yeah, this one right here. I think.
We're going to start. Can we get? Will they be able to come up?
Charlie, can you get it, Charlie?
But yeah, the greatest.
Try it, Charlie.
The greatest gun and AR-15 salesperson in politics today, or in the world today, right? The greatest salesperson for AR-15s is Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah. Crazy. Can you get it, Charlie?
His opposition has blasted, right? Has given a massive uptick in the purchase of AR-15s and other weapons because people are sitting there saying, well, they're going to take away we're going to get after it, right? Man, we are all over the map tonight. So they're going to get after it, and they're going to purchase and buy it. That's what happens. Everywhere they try to increase gun legislation, it turns into a frenzy of purchases.
They were calling it the Beto Special.
The Beto Special right now. It's just like the Beto Special.
And somebody another one, Olive Garden, somebody was trying to get Olive Garden's all my customers to go up. So they were saying that they were sponsors of Trump as well, something like that.
Don't say, yeah, you're going to get boycotted, right?
Yeah.
Look what happened to Bill Miller's.
No. What I'm saying, you could use that in your favor. Like develop a company and say, you know what, I give to the Trump campaign, and then anyway, your business is going to go skyrocket.
Yeah, your business will skyrocket.
Well, you know what? I'm just going to read them, the ones that I had.
It's okay. We're going to get to some real quick couple of notes. Don't forget, again, tomorrow night, 6 to 8 p.m., Gun Violence Town Hall. Pay attention.
Are you guys going tomorrow to the town hall?
Rethink, we'll be there. We'll be streaming it.
It's going to be awesome.
We had some stuff planned to talk about the Castros, obviously, tonight.
The self-party.
They threw themselves. A couple key points on Julian Castro. I just want to get this out here because I think we're going to be able to show you the photos tonight. But it's great news. They threw themselves, him and his brother, threw themselves their annual birthday party, this time at the Tobin Center, with a giant sign that said Castro Country.
Castro Country.
So I put that up on the Facebook page a little bit ago. I said, is this true? Is this Castro Country?
Yeah.
And it was 99%. It's not Castro Country. I can't tell you the vitriol. I mean, people don't like the Castros.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that.
More dislike him.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that because I'm not from San Antonio originally. I just got here a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And then I hear somebody Castro, and they're from here and whatever. And I'm like, why do they hate him so much?
Well, I think because a lot of people think they're fake and they don't represent the whole of San Antonio, and they've forgotten where they came from. There's a myriad of reasons. They don't do anything for their record of accomplishment for the city. Joaquin Castro's record of accomplishment in Congress is 0. So, and I think they just forgot where they come from. It pisses people off.
Yeah.
But what's important to remember here is I just want to make sure, because I can't show the polling information. Castro, after he attacked Joe Biden, went after him. We talked about that last week about the ageism and he basically called him senile on the stage. I mean, he called him out for it. His poll numbers have tanked. He's at 0.0. He doesn't even rate. Like, he doesn't even get to 1. So recent polls over the last 72 hours have shown Julian Castro under 1%. Right, so I don't know why this guy's even staying in the race unless he's running for, trying to get a vice president or another appointment to a cabinet position. And by the way, in Texas, when Latinos are polled, nationally and in Texas, when Latinos are polled, Castro is in 3rd place behind Biden and Beto. And then Castro. So even in the state of Texas, right, Castro country, right, in San Antonio, Julian Castro polls less than 1, if not a 0 point something, right? And he's 3rd amongst Latinos.
Yeah.
So he's not even the first choice. And what we get is with the kind of behavior we saw at last week's debate, which isn't representative of San Antonio. He attacked Joe Biden, which is fair game to go after the man's policies. But again, Castro's birthday party, the 45th. The 45th.
It was weird because when he attacked Joe Biden, then he was trying to defend himself on Twitter. And I'm like, okay, let's see what his followers say. Oh my goodness, all his followers were like attacking him. And a few of them said, you know what, I was on your side, but because you did this, you lost my vote. A lot of them were saying that.
The Twitter, I was watching Twitter after Castro's attack on Biden.
Yeah.
He tanked.
Yeah.
The calls for him to exit the race are huge. He's not going to, right? And then this is the other thing, too, about people in San Antonio. And I'm just going to come out and say this.
Yeah.
People in San Antonio, the Castro loyalists, man, they think this guy is fantastic, man. They're the ones that show up at the Tobin Center for his birthday party, right? Like, who cares? Who throws themselves a giant birthday party in the city?
Celebrate me.
Oh, celebrate me. Everybody come in, please.
I'm chulo.
At the end of the day, these people are so stuck up on the Castro train, right? I had a great meme for this earlier, too. I can't show it to you.
No, Charlie.
But they're so stuck on the Castro train that they don't see it. I mean, they don't see that he's not a viable candidate. And they come in here and his mom and the Castro boys are up on stage glorifying themselves. And in reality, the guy's not even 1%. I mean, he's not even a top 2 choice in his own state. So I think it's a joke and it's ridiculous. But this is what we get, man. That's classic San Antonio. So good stuff there. Some City Hall news you can use stuff. I want to make sure we get out. Paid sick leave. We've talked about this one a lot. So the paid sick leave committee came back. And recommended, this is important if you're a small business owner in San Antonio, they recommended implementation of paid sick leave, now called the Sick and Safe Leave Ordinance. Sick and safe, I don't get it. Apparently, you're in trouble or you should be scared or something's dangerous, and employers are scary in this city that you need a sick and safe leave policy, but whatever. Yeah. It's everybody implemented now on December 1st. In the past, small businesses under 15 employees, under 5 employees, would have time to implement until 2021. But now it's 56 hours of paid sick leave if you work your 30 hours a week. And by the way, this applies to anybody. It applies to employees on a W-2, on a 1099, and it applies to undocumented persons. So everybody qualifies for paid sick leave in the city of San Antonio. 56 hours is the maximum in the year, but it is implemented starting December 1st. You better be prepared because enforcement starts April 1st of 2020.
My goodness.
So they're going to come after you, and it's last I saw, it was a $500 fine per instance you violate the paid sick leave ordinance.
My goodness.
Welcome to San Francisco.
Oh my God.
San Francisco. And then another one we wanted to hit up here, we're about to wrap up, is the Broadway bike lanes as well. So very interesting. Check out, Google the Broadway bike lanes. We had some material to talk about it. So we had about $56 million of bond funding that was going up and down Broadway. And they had drafted, the engineers, the city staff, decided to not implement bike lanes in the lower portion of Broadway, because if you've been up and down Broadway, that lower portion heading into the city, it's so narrow you can't put bike lanes in there. Well, Ron Nuremberg, Rethink Nuremberg, came back and is now mandating, he's trying to force bike lanes into the city. There's a good piece by Gilbert Garcia in the Express News. I'm always loath to say anything positive about the Express News, but Gilbert Garcia wrote a piece about how Ron Nuremberg is now trying to force bike lanes and change the engineers, the public vote. He's trying to go against it and alter it because he's answering to his special interest group, which in this case are the bike folks and the people who want to get you out of your car, right? The San Antonio City Council and their climate action plan, watch over the next 6 to 9 months as they try to force you out of your vehicle, get you walking, get you riding a bike, and telling you how to live your life. Beware of San Antonio's Green New Deal and Ron Nuremberg's climate action and adaptation plan. It's coming. And this Broadway bike lane thing is huge. Councilman Roberto Trevino, who represents District 1, is on the other side of this debate.
Really?
So he believes that we shouldn't have the bike lanes in that area because it narrows the street down and it's congested. It cannot happen. In fact, the councilman compared Ron Nuremberg to Donald Trump and Donald Trump Sharpie.
Oh, really?
Because the Sharpie. Because Nuremberg's coming in and taking a Sharpie to the whole plan and saying, no, we're going to do it my way.
He made his own calculations.
I don't think he has council support. So I think we're about to see the mayor get put in his place on Broadway bike lanes. Watch it, read it. It's very interesting about millions of dollars going into the Broadway area. So something good there. But, all right, well, I don't know how we're going to do memes. We're struggling on memes, so we will.
Okay, maybe we can read them because I had some memes about.
Man, you had some good ones.
Ocasio-Cortez. We were talking about it offline. We were talking about how it's hard to love and or hate. You guys like Ocasio? You like
Ocasio-Cortez? Ocasio-Cortez. AOC.
Yeah, it's fun. It's weird. Yeah, she's fun, exactly.
She's good for news. She's good, just like our city council. Good for news.
Well, there's a meme that said, you cannot indict a sitting president. And Ocasio-Cortez says, but what if he's standing? Anyway. So
I love it.
She says, I can't stop staring
it's
at
hard to do the memes.
I can't stop staring at orange juice.
Yeah, so
it says
but we'll go ahead and
we'll save for next week.
You know what we will do is I'll post some of these memes on a post here. Put them up, man, so everybody can have their fair share, because we always close out the show with memes.
Yeah.
So we come off on end on a good note. And just make sure that we're taking care of things that matter most. But hey, we started with some. We had a good show. Sorry about the technical difficulties. It's 10:02. It's time to wrap it up. But we're sorry about technical difficulties. It'll happen from time to time. Yeah. Look, we started talking about Rethink Nuremberg. We started talking about Ron Nuremberg and bad decisions in City Hall. And lo and behold, someone cut our Facebook feed. I'm not an Area 51 superstition guy. I'm not going Area 51 on you. All right? I'm not putting tinfoil on my head thinking that the aliens are telling me something's going on. Not totally. But I am a little bit right now. I've got a little bit of thought in my head that how could in the toughest discussion we lose the link? That's never happened, right? It hadn't happened forever. But the technical difficulties, we apologize for that. We'll get better at it. Tomorrow night,
see you
on theBrockCast, 6 p.m., we're going to live stream the Gun Town Hall. We're going to ask some questions up front, talk to some people. Get some folks on recorded their comments, thoughts, and ideas. We'll talk to them after, then we'll stream tomorrow evening, and
if they have
let's get after it.
If they can't go live, And if they watch it live, please give your comments. We want to hear what you have to say.
We got to share this thing tomorrow night. Show up if you can. If you can't, share the feed tomorrow night. Let's get folks out there. We have to be very careful. And I'll wrap up with this. Like I always do, you got to like and share this page. You got to share this show. It is your information platform. If you are a candidate, you want to come on. If you're a Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter what you represent. You want an opportunity to come on and have a good discussion, bring it on. I'm ready for you.
If they know somebody.
I don't care what you have to say. If you want to come on here and say, I'm crazy, come on here and let's talk about it, the things that matter most to you. Because at the end of the day, and this is what you have to remember, this is our city. Mm-hmm. And the things that are happening at City Hall, the best we can all do is shine a light on it.
Yeah.
That's it. And then we can vote it. We can do things that matter, that tell the city council what we want to have happen. Elections happen every 2 years, 4 years, I get it. But in between that time, you have to hold people accountable for it. And it's okay to say, this is what I believe.
Yeah.
And that's what the broadcast is about. Put your information and ideas out there. Don't run from it. And if it's controversial, if you think it's going to piss people off, well, by all means, bring it. Like, let's piss some people off and make sure they understand that not everything is taken for granted. There's two types of politicians in the world. One is the one that is elected and goes downtown and says, you chose me to make the decisions for you. That's the kind of council we have right now. They think they're empowered to make all the decisions, and the minions out in San Antonio land, you elected me to do this. The second type is the messenger, the one who's elected that takes the message of their district or their community down to City Hall and delivers it. And that's what we're trying to do because we can't get the message. The Express News is corrupt. They're a biased news source. Most of the news sources in town they're in the pocket of city leadership. And we have to be very careful, especially the print media folks, like the Express News is the main number one example. We have to get past them. We have to ignore them. Hashtag walk away right from the Express News and these other folks and get the news sources for your information. That's what the broadcast is, so you make decisions with facts. So final thought before we wrap it?
No. Thank you for supporting, and thank you for people. I've seen people tagging other people and sharing the stream. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience.
You got it. We appreciate you. We will be back tomorrow night. And then, next Tuesday, we think we're going to go at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
True. We're going to come a little earlier.
And we got a special guest. We got another
special guest.
running.
Special guest. I'll announce him over the next couple of days. Special guest, another candidate next week. We'll be after it. Broadcast.
And also, we're going to promote the next guest. But something we want is for you to ask the questions, right? We want to, this person's going to be on next week, and we want people to say, you know what would they ask? What would they want Greg to ask this person?
Send me the ideas and questions, and we'll let you know who it is. We are out of here. We appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow night. This is the broadcast. We are done.
Adios.
Adios.